Floods happen in Jakarta almost every year. Sometimes it rains heavily in the city. Other times, the water comes from rivers upstream, or even from the sea during high tides. Everyone in Jakarta knows this. Yet, every time the city floods, the government acts as if it's surprised. The sad part is the flood problem is not new. It's been going on for decades. People lose their homes, traffic stops for hours, schools close, businesses get damaged, and diseases spread. Still, there's no serious plan to fix the problem for good. It's actually very ironic. Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia. It's one of the biggest cities in Southeast Asia. It has a lot of smart people, a big budget, and access to international help. And yet, the city still gets flooded every year. This should not be normal, right? Floods are not something that we just accept as part of life. Other countries have solved the same problem. So why hasn't Jakarta? Now let's look at the Dutch. Hundreds of years ago, they were the ones who built Batavia, the old name for Jakarta. They faced the same issue. Jakarta is low, flat, and full of rivers. So what would the Dutch do if they were in charge of Jakarta today? Right? They would start by building a giant sea wall, a wall along the coast to stop seawater from flooding the city. It would be similar to the Delta works in the Netherlands, one of the best flood protection systems in the world. Then they would create polders, areas below the sea level that are protected by walls and drained using pumps. These systems have worked in the Netherlands for decades, keeping cities like Rotterdam dry, even though they are also below sea level. Next, they would reroute rivers like the Chulong and make new tunnels to carry flood water underground. They would install modern pumps and sensors to manage water levels automatically. Right? They would also clean and widen canals and make sure people don't build houses on river banks. And most importantly, they would stop people from pumping groundwater, which is one of the main reasons why North Jakarta is sinking. So how much would this cost? Well, experts estimate around $25 to $35 billion. This sounds like a lot of money, but think about it. How much money is lost every year because of floods, damaged roads, broken homes, ruined businesses, medical costs, missed work? This all add up. Over 10 to 20 years, not solving the flood problem could cost even more than fixing it permanently. Right? The real question is, if the solution exists, and if we know how to do it, and if the money is available, why doesn't the Jakarta government do it? Well, the answer is painful but simple. Politics, right? Long-term projects like a seawall or a polder system take years to finish, much longer than one political term. Many politicians want quick results they can show to the public before the next election, right? That's why they prefer short-term solutions like cleaning rivers during rainy season, giving out aid during floods, or building small canals here and there. These things are easy to show on the news, but they don't solve the real problem. Right? There's also the problem of corruption and bureaucracy. Big projects involve big contracts, and unfortunately, that opens the door to corruption. Then there's poor coordination between national and local governments, and weak law enforcement, right? Even if there are rules about not building on rivers, they're often ignored or not enforced. And let's not forget land problems. To build a seawall or create polders, the government needs land, right? But land in Jakarta is very expensive, full of legal issues. Moving people out of dangerous flood zones is politically risky, right? It takes courage and leadership, the kind of leadership that plans for the next 100 years, not just the next election. So in short, Jakarta's flood problem is not a technical problem anymore, right? We know how to solve it. The Dutch have shown the world how it's done. Even Indonesian engineers have the knowledge and skill to do it, right? The real problem is political thinking that is too short-term and a system that rewards quick wins, not long-term success. Jakarta is not cursed. It's not doomed because of nature. It suffers because those in power refuse to think big, act boldly, and work seriously to solve the problem once and for all. If the Dutch were in charge today, Jakarta would already be dry.